Hey, it's Dad Smackason again, as I promised you. Part 2 of a Jamaican style chicken curry stew. Let's get right to the action. So what I have here, I've got some dark meat chicken and I pulled the skin off. I know fat equals flavor, but in this you're not going to need it, and it has enough fat content to get you what you need. Some of the ingredients, I've got onion that's chopped. I've got some rough chopped ginger, excuse me. I've got a little bit of lime juice. I've got about 6 tablespoons of curry powder that you should have figured out how to make in the first video. I've got some Italian seasons, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Yep. I've got a little bit of minced garlic. I've got about 3 chopped potatoes and some coconut milk and St. Croix pepper sauce. This is a substitute for Scotch minus. You won't need anything else. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to get my pan heated, and I'm going to put just a little bit of oil in here, just so nothing will burn. In the interim, I'm going to take this lemon juice and I'm going to pour it over this chicken. Just pour it over the chicken. Make sure it don't get on the grill. Yeah. All right, and that's about the juice of 1 lime. Okay, so while that's sitting there doing this thing, I'm going to start adding the components. I'm going to throw the onion in there, the garlic, the Italian seasonings. With my clean hand, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I'm going to put the chopped ginger on top of that. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour all of my curry powder on top. I'll add my liquids later. But I want that to get hot and get a little color on it. And it smells absolutely fantastic. It's, you know, it's like I'm in Mumbai or something like that. But it smells really good with all of the ingredients in the curry and the onion and whatnot. So we let that go for a few minutes, and you have to watch this because it will burn, and that would be a waste of ingredients and a really bad experience. So we're gonna let that go for a couple of minutes, and I'll show you what else that you add to it. See you in a second. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes and it's nicely toasted, and the onions going and garlic and ginger's going. So we're gonna start adding our liquids. I'm going to add about 2 cups of water. Give it a quick stir. And I'm going to add about a cup, about 16 ounces of coconut milk. And I want to let that heat to a boil, to almost a rolling boil. And once this starts boiling, then I'm going to start putting my chicken in. I'll add the potatoes on top, and then it's going to simmer for a couple of hours. But I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Okay, our sauce has come to a rolling boil, and everything looks pretty good. So now I'm going to start adding my chicken pieces, and I will add as many to the pot as I can. I probably have more than I actually need, but that's okay. I can use it for another purpose. And you might think to yourself, well, there's not enough juice in there. Well, that chicken's going to start rendering some fat when it starts to cook, and it will eventually get a little more liquid to cover it, because you want to make sure that it's nice and covered. Okay, so Last thing we're going to add to it, we're going to take these potatoes and we're going to just cover these potatoes on top. And at any time that you need more liquid, you can add more coconut milk, you can add more water. In fact, what I'll do just to make sure we have additional flavor is I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of Smackason St. Croix pepper sauce. Just get that in there. I want it spicy, but not too spicy. And the absolute last thing that I'm going to put in here before I close the lid is 1 bouillon cube. Bouillon cubes have a lot of salt, so make sure that you watch your salt content, because you can always add more salt, but you can't take it out. And I'm having a dickens of a time open this thing up. So just grab the bouillon cube in there, and it will dissolve over time. And the potatoes will cook down to nothing. So we're going to close the lid and we're going to lower the heat to a nice simmer, and we're going to let that cook for an hour and a half, 2 hours, until all of the meat is separated from the bone. See you in a little bit. Okay, it's been 2 hours and all of the vegetables have cooked down really nicely, and the chicken has come off the bone. So all we want to do now is plate some of this stuff up and serve it. Microwave's ready. So basically we're just gonna grab a little bit of the chicken and we're just gonna pour it over that rice. Look at that, that looks really good. And then we're gonna finish it up by just adding we don't have any chickpeas, so we're just gonna add a little bit of sweet peas to it. And of course we'll drizzle it with a little pepper sauce, and we are ready to eat. This is Dad Smackason coming to you again with good things to eat from our table to yours. www.smackason.com. You can get this recipe and others on our webpage. Go on the video tab. You've got Smackasons. What are you going to do with it? Take care.